So I was experimenting with odd time signatures, and in the process came up with some drumming templates for those odd time signatures. Follow along if you have a practice pad and a table. I'm using, well, Electropad as my practice pad and Chopsticks as my drumsticks because hey, music can be made with anything. But let's get back to the main topic, odd time signatures and the drumming templates that I made for them. The templates here are set to signatures that are in base 16, meaning that we are going to be drumming 16th notes, also known as semiquavers, and in this tempo they would sound a bit like this. So that's our 16th notes. Let's slow it down a bit and work our way up from there as we go for each single time signature, starting with 5. So if this is 16, this is 4. Let's demonstrate the first template in 5/4 first. 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and 1. You got that? I grouped it into 3, then 2. Let's see if we can do this using 8th notes. 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and 1. There you have it. Those are your 8th notes. That's my first template in 5/8. Now the moment we've all been dreading, 5/16. Can I make it? Let's see. Of course I can't because I'm rusty, but whatever. There we go. 5 template done. Next template we're going to be counting is 7. Let's do it using quarter notes first. This is the second template in 7/4. 1 and a 2, a 3, a 1 and a 2, a 3, a 1. You notice there's a pattern here. You of course start the sequence with your 1 and a, but then for the 7, you have 2 pairs of strokes. This is pair 1, pair 2, pair 3. So we have 1 and a, pair 1, pair 2, pair 3, oh, pair 2. Sorry. 1 and a, pair 1, pair 2, pair 3, a pair 1, pair 2, pair 3, a pair 1, pair 2, pair 3, a. So basically, each bar starts on pair 3. So using that logic, you might have just noticed I was actually playing in 8. I was playing that in 8th notes. So given this is the tempo of our 8th note, let's see if we can do it using our 16th notes. Here we go. There you have it. Easy as pie. Now we move on to 11. The 11 template is not as easy as the first 2. Because now, instead of adding strokes to the left hand, we're going to do something a bit more complicated. This is the 11 template in the time signature of 11/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Wait, shoot, that's 12. Although, you can think of each bar as 12/4, except the next bar starts on the of 4, the next bar starts on the and of 4, and so on and so on and so on. So I wouldn't recommend you count like that, but I would recommend you would count like this: 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and... It's basically 3, 3, 3, 2. Think of it as 12 minus 1. So that was 8 right there. That was 8. Now we're going to do it 16th. A bit faster than our usual, but we'll make do. This is what happens when you don't hold your sticks correctly. Make sure you hold your sticks in a way that is comfortable and in a way that is guaranteed to hit the pad or the table every time. Unlike what I just did. Give me a sec. Here we go. Final template. This is 11, remember. So it's going to be a bit tricky, but once you get the hang of it, you pretty much mastered it already. That was 7. Make sure you're always focused. I'm like the Mehdi Sadaqdar of drumming today. I don't know why. There you have it. That was 11. So now you've learned my 3 basic templates for time signatures that are odd and in base 16. You can modify these templates to suit whatever type of drum set you have, be it a rock kit or an ancient kit or whatever. And you're set to play at least in these 3 time signatures. First, 5/16. Next, 7/16. And finally, 11/16. I cheated a bit on that last one. That was a few bars of 11/16 followed by one in 12/16, but given the nature of these odd time signatures, I don't think anyone's going to be able to notice. Which is why these odd time signatures totally rock. And which is why you have a large margin of error. Which is why these templates are going to be important if you want to compose in an odd time signature, because it's going to be hard to play. And trust me, you need that margin of error. But for now, I guess that's it. I've taught you my 3 templates. Hope you can go home, feeling like you've learned something today. Feeling like you've actually have an idea of like what to practice, alternate to practice, and the reason, and the nature of these patterns is why I requested that you have a table, because not only are we hitting the pad, we're also hitting the table, and my chopsticks may be light yet dense, but real drumsticks, although they are heavy, they're not really dense. Meaning that if you hit them in the wrong place, the fibers can start to break apart and you'll have a stick that looks less like a stick and more like a tree. So make sure when you're doing any sort of drumming, tape your sticks if they are not dense like mine. But I guess that concludes it. See you next time for some more random music stuff.